One day, my uncle called me out of the blue to come visit his house in Noshiro, Akita prefecture. It wasn't like he always fawned over me, but he did often come to visit us. He lived far away, and yet he still came to see us a lot. He loved travelling and travelled often. He came to see us often to show us his travel photos, but he was getting older, and so he visited less and less. And so he invited me to his house. He said he wanted to show me some of his travel photos. Thanks for coming, Takaaki. You're a bit late, aren't you? I got lost on the way. Come to think of it, this was probably the first time I'd ever been to his house. Apparently I'd visited a lot as a baby, but I couldn't remember any of it. Well, come on in. I'll put some tea on. Or would you prefer a beer? No, tea is fine. You're staying the night, yes? I got a call from Fusaye before. Yeah, that's right. Fusaye was my mum. My uncle was her brother. We passed through the reception room and into the kitchen, where my uncle put some tea on. The weather wasn't so good, but the room seemed oddly dark. Not just dark, but humid as well. I wasn't doing much, but soon my sweat had my shirt sticking to me. I glanced over, and there were several photo albums on the table by the sofa. Seemed he really wanted to show me those photos. I remembered him coming to our house, all proud as he showed us his photos. He soon returned with the tea. Then he sat down in front of me. Well then, let's take a look at them, shall we? My uncle said and presented several photos he'd prepared in advance. I thought for sure that he was going to show me the photo albums, so I was a little confused. Look at the photos. Where did you take these? I looked down at the photos he handed me. That's Asshole Bridge. I took it when I went to Kumamoto. There were 5 photos in total. My uncle stood there with Asshole Bridge in the background. Go on, look at the next one. It's a great shot. Sure. Look closely at the first photo. I decided to look a little more closely at the first photo. Kumamoto. I'd never been there before. Unless I had a reason to, I probably never would either. I decided to look at the next photo. This was also a photo of Asshole Bridge. It was taken from a different angle to the previous one. What is this photo? That photo clearly wasn't normal. I grabbed it and asked him a regular old question. This is the photo I wanted you to look at. He ignored my question and then handed me another 5 new photos. They had nothing to do with the albums either. I took a look at them. I took these when I went to Hokkaido. They call it the Peace Waterfall. There were 5 photos again, the same number as the Asol Bridge photos. Look at the second photo. Did you hear something strange just now? I have lots more interesting photos, you know. Do you want to see them? I stopped my uncle as he went to take more photos out of his breast pocket. Didn't you hear that sound? It sounded like a bell ringing or something. You didn't hear it. Ah, that sound comes from the second floor. He answered as if it were nothing. The second floor? You mean there's someone else here? No. Why would there be? So then, what was that sound? Was I hearing things? An auditory hallucination? No way. It wasn't just me. My uncle heard it too. What was this sound coming from the second floor? Can I go check out the second floor? I don't think you should do that, he mumbled. My uncle and I faced each other on either side of the table packed with albums. That sound reverberated like a ringing in my ears. It was definitely coming from the second floor. Asked to visit the second floor again. Why do you want to go up there? I mean, the sound is coming from up there. You don't want to look at my photos here. I ignored him and stood up. I had to find out what that sound was. I had to. I heard it again. What on earth was that harsh ringing? A drop of water fell on my right hand. Was the roof leaking? I looked up and noticed it for the first time. Water dripped from everywhere, and a large black stain spread out over the roof. It wasn't even raining outside. I'm gonna go and check out the second floor. I stood up and realized that the carpet was soaked. I passed through the reception room and towards the stairs leading to the second floor. I started climbing. I could hear the sound of water dripping upstairs. With each step I took, the smell of seawater got stronger. Water spread out everywhere on the second floor. It wasn't something as simple as rain leaking through the roof. The roof, walls, and floor were soaked. The wallpaper peeled back, and water poured out from cracks beneath it. The floorboards warped, and water poured forth from the gaps. The Japanese-style room at the end of the second floor was especially bad. I didn't know how long the tatami had been soaking in water, but it swelled like a caterpillar, and with each step, black water oozed out of it. Listening to that harsh sound, I looked into the Japanese-style room, and there was something there like a boss caterpillar. There was a bloated, drowned corpse, full of water. Uncle! As I got closer, I saw it was my uncle's body. Both his hands were above his stomach, tightly gripping his camera. He'd died with his finger pushing down on the shutter. The sound of the shutter going off got louder and louder in my ears. We're celebrating your acceptance into university. Today I'm going to take you out onto the ocean for some fishing. You forgot all about me, huh? Uncle, I don't want to die. Oh yeah. When I got accepted into university, my uncle came to visit us and take me out fishing in the ocean during the spring vacation. And then the boat. Uncle, I'm sorry. It's too soon for me to go yet. Uncle, I'm sorry.